Hi there, Ken Mann here, CEO of Last Mann Standing, L.L.C, Tampa Bay's premier choice for fire alarm services. Today we're diving into what it is we exactly do, and what a fire alarm system is really from the ground up. For most people outside the industry, fire alarm systems can feel a little overwhelming. And when you see some of the systems that we work with, you'll understand exactly why this field has a crisis for technicians. If you're new to fire protection, property management, building maintenance, or you're just curious, this video is for you. So what is a fire alarm system? Well, it's not this, at least not by itself. Maybe it's monitored, maybe it's not. But it's definitely not a full system. A fire alarm system can be extremely simple. Just a panel, a water flow switch, a tamper, a smoke detector, and a pull station. So simple, in fact, that somebody will absolutely stack boxes in front of it and forget that it exists. Don't do that. Your fire marshal will not approve. Or it could be a monster system, like an EST4 with up to 200,000 devices communicating over a fiber optic network, with enough buttons and lights to run the International Space Station. And sometimes we're running 64 of them at once. So yeah, fire alarm systems is a bit of a broad term. So let's go ahead and break that down. A fire alarm system is exactly that. It's a system. It's made up of many different components, and they're all connected to and monitored by the FACP, and that's the Fire Alarm Control Panel. Devices fall into two groups: input devices that talk to the panel, and output devices that respond to it. Let's start with the inputs. Pull stations, the manual type. Anyone can trigger one if they see a fire, or if they're a kid, or if they're moving furniture. It happens. Smoke detectors. Now we're in the automatic world. There are a few types. The first being ionization type. This is the radioactive one. It uses americesium-241 to create a flow of ions. When smoke enters that chamber, it interrupts that flow and triggers an alarm. The photoelectric type. This one's a little less wild. It uses an infrared light. The sensor is positioned so that it can't see the light unless smoke gets into the chamber. Once in there, it scatters that light all around, and when that happens, the sensor picks it up and the alarm is triggered again. Aspirating smoke detectors, also known as VESDA, very early smoke detection apparatus. This one literally sucks air, that is. It pulls air from all around the building through a network of pipes back to a centralized detector. Inside that detector, it uses light scattering, just like the photoelectric, but with much greater sensitivity. VESDA systems can detect smoke long before any other type. They're more complex, they need more maintenance, but they're far more precise. Next up, water flow switches. These live inside your sprinkler piping. When a sprinkler head pops, water rushes through the pipe. It'll hit a flapper inside the switch, and after a short delay, the switch triggers an alarm. They'll also ring an external bell if equipped. Now for heat detectors. There's two main flavors, one being fixed temperature and the other being rate of rise. Fixed temperature detectors trigger when the air temperature around them hits a certain temperature. This is usually 135 to 194 degrees Fahrenheit. Some can be reset and some can't. The non-restorable types have a metal link that melts and it stays melted. Rate of rise detectors, though, these are a little trickier. They don't really care what the temperature is specifically. They care about how fast it's rising. If the temperature shoots up quickly, like 15 degrees in under a minute, that's enough to trigger a detector. And yes, there are far more input devices: duct detectors, beam detectors, flame detectors. We'll get to those in future videos. Now, output devices. These are devices that are triggered or activated when the panel receives an input signal. Let's start with the strobes. These flashing white lights are designed to get your attention. Each one has a candela rating. That's the brightness, and they must be synchronized if multiple are in the same view. Then we have the audibles: horns, bells, and speakers. Horns use a temporal 3 for fire alarm. 3 blasts, pause, and repeat. Carbon monoxide horns, they're going to use a temporal 4. It's going to be 4 blasts, pause, repeat. Fire bells are common near sprinkler risers. They're going to ring when the water flows, and they don't stop until the water does. And then we have speakers. Speakers play voice messages. These are part of what's typically known as a voice evacuation system.
Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan.
Sometimes they'll even play custom messages or during tests and fire drills. And yes, we do record those too.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? The alarms you're about to hear are a test of the building's fire alarm system. Please disregard all alarms and signals until a further announcement is made. We apologize for any inconveniences.
And then there's what you don't see. Your fire alarm system may also unlock magnetic doors, shut down HVAC units, disable kitchen equipment, recall elevators, start stairwell pressurization, and call the monitoring company, all fully automatic. Modern fire alarm systems even monitor themselves for faults. If a device fails, it reports a trouble signal. If someone shuts off a sprinkler valve, the panel triggers a supervisory alert. And it doesn't stop there. Fire alarm systems also monitor generator faults, elevator issues, and other common life safety components. So to sum it all up, fire alarm systems aren't just noisy boxes in the wall. They're complex, regulated, and absolutely critical. And they should only be serviced by licensed professionals who know what they're doing. And that's where we come in. Last Man Standing, L.L.C. is your partner in fire protection. Inspections, repairs, monitoring, and more. Call us today or visit our website. And stay tuned for future videos, where we're going to cover even more. Conventional versus addressable panels, system programming, manufacturer differences, and real-world scenarios. Thank you for watching, and stay safe out there.